Trigger warning! This video is covering a very disturbing topic. However, it is an important one. Therefore, we shall discuss. Some of you may have heard of the YouTuber called Chris Chan. I hadn't heard of him until the controversy. And I wasn't planning on covering the story until I heard the most sickening fact. This man, Chris Chan, who identifies as a transgender woman, sexually assaulted his own mother. His own mother! What kind of depraved mind do you have to have in order to do that to your own mother? I don't know, but you can tell just by looking at this man that he's sick. Sick. However, in this video we will not be covering the sinister crime. Instead, we'll be covering a far more important topic, a far more important question. Should transgender women be allowed in female prisons? Now, if you don't want to watch the rest of the video, the quick answer is no, they shouldn't. But I recommend you do watch the video, because if you ever get into discussion about this, you will have information to go off. So, my friends, should transgender women be allowed in female prisons? Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, because this video is spicy, according to YouTube standards. Of course, in the real world, it's not spicy at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, should trans women be allowed in female prisons? According to history, the answer is no. Let's take a look at some stories. Let's begin with this one. Lawsuit. Female prisoner says she was assaulted by transgender inmate. That's not good. An inmate at Illinois' largest women's prison says she was assaulted by a transgender inmate who was transferred into her housing unit last year, and claims the Illinois Department of Corrections conducted a sham investigation to help cover up the incident. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, Illinois is all Democrats and they want to cover up the mistakes they made. The cover-up is always worse, ladies and gentlemen. In a federal lawsuit filed last week, a Jane Doe inmate at the Logan Correctional Center said that after being assaulted in June, she was coerced by a supervisory officer into denying the attack took place and then punished for filing a false complaint under the Prison Assault Elimination Act. This suit names Logan's Act warden Beatrice Calhoun as defendant, along with officers Brent Keeler and Todd Sexton. The transfer of transgender inmates from male to female prisons has been a contentious policy within the IDOC. Oh yeah, I wonder why. The plaintiff's Peoria-based attorney wrote in a 5-page complaint in an attempt to justify the transfer. Defendants Sexton, Calhoun, and Keeler, and currently other IDOC employees, covered up the assault of plaintiff and tried to falsely classify it as consensual. Talk about victim blaming. Anyway, this is the part I wanted to show you. According to the new lawsuit, Monroe, who identifies as transgender inmate, who identifies as female but still has male genitalia, was moved into the plaintiff's housing unit. Doesn't matter. The rest doesn't matter. If you still have male genitalia, guess what? You're not getting into the women's prison. Sorry. But wait, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. Transgender prisoner who assaulted inmates jailed for life. Thank you. Look at that face. God. A predatory and controlling rapist has been jailed for life after she attacked vulnerable women in female prisons. Why is anyone surprised this happened? These people are mentally ill. Then you put them in prisons with women who can't protect themselves? It gets worse, because it's not just inmates who are getting assaulted. Female prison officers have been assaulted by inmates who self-identify as trans women, ex-Tory minister Rory Stewart claims. I remember reading the story when it first came out, and I was disturbed by it. But I thought it was an isolated incident. It's not. Mr. Stewart revealed he was instinctively worried about the situation. Oh, really? He added, the rights of women to feel safe were more important in his view. Really? The Minister of Justice said there were policies in place to manage the risk. Clearly, weren't enough. Female prison officers have been assaulted by male-bodied inmates who self-identify as trans women. I'm not gonna go on with the rest of the story, but you guys want to see pictures of Chris Chan? Sick bastard. Okay. Is this a woman? Is this a woman? What about this? this. God. And there's his victim, his own mother. Now, I know those have just been a few anecdotes, but to be honest, for me, that's more than enough. I've made my decision. If you still have your genitalia, you will not be allowed into a female prison. And you know what? I'm going to go a step farther. Even if you cut it off, you still have to convince me. Sorry. Women's rights actually matter. Now, you might agree with me, you might not. Comment down below. Am I too bigoted? Am I too conservative? Too of the old century? Let me know. If YouTube doesn't delete your comments, I'll answer them. I promise. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, share, because this is actually a very important topic that could have serious consequences in the future for society. Thank you for watching. See you next time.